Hi everyone, how are you? I hope that you are okay and that you are healthy and that you are growing as much as you can from this quarantine. Um, Last week we talked about gratefulness and this week I want to talk about affirmations. Gratefulness and the exercise is great because it gave us and it gives us the right mindset, right? We appreciate what we have so that we can multiply what we want and that we can grow, right? And have the right mindset. Now, affirmations, on the other hand, are like, I see them like one of the many pencils that we use to draw and design the life that we want. So even if we don't notice or we're not conscious about it, we're all the time making affirmations, and we're all the time repeating things to ourselves. And sometimes these affirmations that we're doing and we're not conscious about it are based on fear or scarcity or pain, because we have approximately 60,000 thoughts per day. It is a pretty big number, and we cannot keep track of all of them. So what we do is that we create patterns, right? And of course, if something is hurtful and if something is attacking us, we will see that easier than the others, right? So we will notice that, and then we repeat it or we ignore it and substitute it. And we fight it by substituting that thought. So this is not always easy, but you have to understand, and we have to understand that we have a super weapon, and our brain, our thoughts, our mind, this is our super weapon. Imagine there's people that like Joe Dispenza says in his book, in his latest book, he talks about this study they did in which they taught students to play the piano just in their brain, with biofeedback techniques and all that, and others doing it with their hands and like it is, right? And the difference, it actually, the ones that were just learning on their brains, they performed tremendously, and they were taught to do the same as the other ones or even better. So and that's how powerful our brains are, our mind. We have to give it credit. That is why many athletes are, yeah, they that's what they're doing to them, and biofeedback techniques. That's also why virtual reality is so successful, because our the same areas on our brain are getting activated when we are on the fake roller coaster than when we are on the real one. So that means, imagine if that is this thing that happens once and it's so random, right? Imagine what happens with a repeated thought. So you have to first of all understand that you are very powerful, and you have to take that very seriously, and you have a responsibility to take control over that. If there is a pattern that it's repeating and you're telling yourself, I'm so dumb, and then, oh, nothing is works for me, and you repeat that pattern, that's the life you're designing for yourself. Those are the opportunities that you're giving yourself. So you have to be very careful with that. And affirmations, as I see them, is just one of the many bridges that we can build between the unconscious and the conscious, and how we can manipulate our life to really for our brains and our thoughts to really work for us, to work for what we really want, for the life that we want. So and that's why we keep on stumbling. You hear like, oh, I always get the same kind of guy. Yeah, you always do, because you have a pattern. You're responding to that pattern, and you are repeating that pattern. Now, it is not an easy thing to break it. It is not something that you can do from one day to the other, but you can certainly start by practicing and by giving yourself the encouragement that you need. So I'm gonna teach you a very quick way to make an affirmation and how to make it work for you. So think about a complaint, an area in your life in which you're complaining. It could be anything. For example, it could be, oh, I never have enough money to pay everything. I'm always broke. Okay, so that is a big complaint, right? So I want you to write it down. Write down that complaint, and we write them down because we want all our senses immersed into this, right? So you're not only saying this, but you're gonna write it down. And now you're gonna change this to something else. Now I want you to see what's the opposite. So if that is what you don't want, right? What is that you want? So it could be, I want to be able to pay my bills. Okay, what else? Go deeper. So what does that mean? Why? What does that mean? So you can go deeper and answer that to yourself and say like, well, I want financial stability. I want to feel secure. Oh, okay, perfect. Write it down, please. Write down. I want this. I want financial stability and security. Okay, perfect. Now we go to the next step. The next step is to write it in present tense. Now, the future, it's never here. We work for it, but it's never here. The past already passed. What we have is now, and the now is really powerful. We have to give credit to the now, and we have to understand that it is where we have the power. So you cannot say, if you say like, I want someday to be able to pay my bills. Yeah, someday, it's always going to be someday. So you have to say it's now. I want this now. This is the moment that I want this. And you say, I have financial stability and security. Okay, perfect. But I want to feel it. You need to feel it. So you need to make an affirmation that it's on a present, and it's an emotion that you can feel it. So you can say something like, like Dr. Hendrik says, you can use enjoy. It's a perfect word to do that. I enjoy financial stability and security. Voila, there you go. I enjoy having financial stability and security. That is super powerful. That is your affirmation. Write it down. Write it down. You can do so many things. Write it down so many times. Write it down with your dominant hand. Write it with your non-dominant hand. Make it yours. Print it in your being. Print it in your body. And this way you're going to feel more confident, and you're going to start having control on what your life is going to be, what your life is. Repeat it, do it, and know that it's not something that you do from one day to another. And also know that you cannot manipulate other people. So you cannot say I feel loved by John. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. But you can say I feel loved by my partner. And who's your partner? Well, your partner. And it will happen. If it's John or Carlos or whoever, I don't know, but it will happen. So with that little tool, I leave you. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to me at You Happier or You Happier Coaching through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I hope that you are fine, that you use this time to grow, and that you're healthy. Bye.